Unofficial Britain is a 2020 work of non-fiction by the author and blogger Gareth E. Rees. It was longlisted for the RSL Ondaatje Prize in 2021, and the Sunday Times included it in its best books of the year. It's named after Rees's website, which collates, explores and researches the mythical undertones of Britain's urban and semi-urban landscapes. But it's also a development of Richard Maybe's 1973 The Unofficial Countryside, which looks at how nature can flourish even in the most urban of environments. It's an innovative lateral follow-on, however, not a simple linear one. Beyond that, it's a collection of anecdotes, philosophical reflections, personal investigations and photographs. Each chapter concludes with one of the author's poems. The book's introduction is a long and broadly successful argument to the effect that, quote, it is possible to feel as much wonder and fear in a car park, power station, underpass or waste ground as you can in a ruined castle or a dark spooky wood. In modern terms, they are the ruined castle and the dark spooky wood. Each of the 9 chapters seeks to support that claim with reference to a different category of location. So, for example, Chapter 2 is devoted to ring roads and roundabouts, Chapter 5 to flyovers and underpasses, Chapter 7 to multi-storey car parks, and Chapter 8 to hospitals. The book ends with the author taking a trip along the M6 motorway, purely in the name of research. There's much about the supernatural in here, but I think it's fair to say that Rees is consistently agnostic. The book's philosophical strands reference Mark Fisher, Olivia Laing, Graham Harman, author of The Quadruple Object, J.G. Ballard, and Mark Augé's Non-Places, Introduction to an Anthropology of Supermodernity. But of course it also draws on popular culture, television, song lyrics, and various subcultures. Some of it can appear humorous, especially taken out of context. A kind of distant relation of Monty Python's The Background to History Part 4. So on page 43, after telling us that the Torrens roundabout in East Kilbride and the Muirhead roundabout in Cumbernauld have both been included in Scotland's National Monuments Register, the author comments, they are surprising choices because they don't have the kind of distinguishing features that one might see in the Cowell roundabout in Glenrothes. Yet this is a serious analysis and it deserves to be considered as such. It belongs to that category of books which persuades the reader that it's worth looking at the world in new ways, then sets about demonstrating precisely how that's possible.